Hello students, welcome to Biozone. In previous video, we have studied about, we have studied about metabolism and cellular organization, right? In today's video, we are going to study about consciousness and self-consciousness as a properties of living organisms, right? Okay, so now we will be starting with consciousness. Okay, now what is consciousness? See, consciousness means the ability of living organisms to sense their environment or surrounding and respond accordingly. Okay. Let's understand this with an example. Suppose you have touched something hot. Okay. Suddenly you have touched something hot and you have the understanding, right? Or you can sense that you are touching something hot, correct? And what will be your response? As a response, you will immediately remove your hand from that hot object, right? This is consciousness. Consciousness means the ability of you or ability of living organisms to sense its environment or to sense various environmental stimuli and respond accordingly. Okay. Now, see here, environmental stimuli. Here, what type of environmental stimuli can be, right? Now, there may be various type of environmental stimuli, right? It can be physical. So, what are the physical environmental stimuli? It can be physical. Physical means physical here means light. It can be humidity. It can be temperature. So this kind of environmental stimuli is called as physical environmental stimuli. Okay. Now the environmental stimuli can be chemical also. What is this? Chemical environmental stimuli means here we are talking about any chemical compound, right? It may be acid or it may be a base, correct? So these are chemical environmental stimuli. It can be biological. That means some environmental stimuli can be biological. Biological means any living organism. That means when a living or suppose as an example, when a mosquito bites us, correct? When a mosquito sit on our skin and bite us, we can sense it, correct? That means here we are sensing a living organism that is sitting on our skin or that is biting us, correct? So this is biological environmental stimuli. Biological environmental stimuli means we are talking about any other living organisms. Okay. So this can be various environmental stimuli. Okay. Now this consciousness, this feature consciousness, it is, you can say it is technically complicated. It is quite complicated, but it is very obvious feature of all the living organisms. This consciousness can be seen in case of all the living organisms without any exception. Okay. Now, for an example, in case of for an example, you can say this consciousness can be seen in case of prokaryotic organisms such as bacteria also. Now you will ask how. Suppose in a laboratory, in a culture medium, suppose in a culture medium you are culturing some bacteria in a petri dish or in a culture medium, and you have just put a drug that is harmful for that bacteria into this culture medium, correct? Now the bacteria in that culture medium, they have the ability that they can sense that something harmful is there in their surrounding or in their surrounding environment, right? As a response, this bacteria will make some changes in its cell wall so that this harmful this harmful drug cannot enter into its body, or there maybe a very little amount of drug that can enter into its body. Okay, so this is the response of the bacteria to that harmful drug. Okay, so here this is consciousness that we can see in case of bacteria also. Bacteria also have the ability of exhibiting consciousness. Similarly, just like this bacteria or just like this prokaryotic organism, in case of complicated, or you can say in case of higher multicellular organism also, consciousness can be seen. In case of higher animal animals such as an example, in case of human, we sense our environment through our sense organ, right? Through our sense organ. Our sense organ means we sense our environment through our eyes, through our nose, through our ears. Okay, these are our sense organ. So these thing can be seen in case of human. This sense organ you can find in case of other animals also, correct? So through this sense organ they sense their environment. In case of plants, you will also find that plants also have the ability to sense their environment. Plant can sense light. Now you will ask me how. Suppose you have put a small plant in a tub near your window, okay, near your window in your room. After some day you will notice, after some suppose after some week, you will notice that the stem or the leaves of the plant are inclining towards a direction in which the sunlight is coming through your window. Okay, that means the plant, the tip of the stem of that plant or the leaves of that plant that are inclining towards the direction of sunlight. Okay, this is the response of the plant to the physical stimuli light, correct? Similarly, plants also respond to water. Suppose when there is a sufficient amount of water available to plants keeps its stomata open, okay, so that transpiration can happen. Similarly, when there is a scarcity of water, such as an example, in case of you may say in case of desert area, where there is a scarcity of water, and the plants of that desert area, they normally keeps their stomata closed, correct, so that transpiration can the transpiration cannot occur, correct, or there is a minimum amount of transpiration. Okay, another thing is that plants can respond to temperature also, such as when the temperature is high, especially in case of during noon or during afternoon, where temperature is high, you will find that transpiration occurs in that time in a high rate. Okay, there is a maximum transpiration you will find in noon or afternoon when there is a high temperature. Okay, similarly, in case of morning, when the temperature is comparatively low, you will find transpiration is occurring in lower rate. Okay, another thing is plant can sense other organisms also. How this is possible? Such as an example, touch me not plant. You will know. I think you have know about this. The touch me not plant. If you touch the leaves of this plant, you will notice the leaves. The plant will fold its leaf. Correct. This is the response of that touch me not plant to your touch. Okay, so that means you can say plant can sense the presence of other organisms also and can respond accordingly. Plant can respond to pollutions also. Okay, such as I think you have heard about lichens. Lichens are this is actually an association of algae and fungi. So these lichens usually grow in a pollution-free area. That means if you find lichen in an area, that means you can say that that area is pollution-free. Okay, that means the lichen can sense the pollution, and if there is no pollution, lichen will grow. Okay, now, so I think you have understood how various organisms can exhibit consciousness. Okay, now there is a term in your NCERT book, that is photoperiod. Now, what is photoperiod? See, photo means, we know that photo means light. Correct? We know that photo means light. And what is period? Period means duration. Correct? Period means duration. We can say that means the duration of light. It affects the reproduction, or it affects the breeding in seasonal breeder. It affects the reproduction in seasonal breeder. So what are seasonal breeders? Seasonal breeders are it may be plants and it may be animals also. Seasonal breeders are those animals or those plants who breed in a particular season. We call them seasonal breeder, correct? So how this seasonal breeder, or how this, suppose an animal reproduce only in winter season, correct? So how the animal will understand that this is winter season or this is the season of reproduction? Okay, it understand that this condition through this photo period. How? Suppose in winter condition we notice the length of day is decreasing and the length of night increases, correct? We can find that in winter condition. This animal or the seasonal breeder who reproduce in winter condition, they have the ability that they can sense the duration of light or the length of day is decreasing, or you can say the temperature in winter season, they can sense the temperature is decreasing also. So they have the ability to sense that this photo period, and then they reproduce in that season. Okay. In case of plants also, we will find some plants grow in summer season, some plants grow in winter season, correct? That means the plants that grow in summer season, as an example, suppose the plants that grow in summer season, they can sense that now the length of day, or you can say now the duration of light is long, and on that situation they can grow. Okay, so this is how photo period affects the reproduction or breeding of seasonal breeders. Okay, now our question is, so, from this discussion as of now, can we consider consciousness as a defining feature or not? See, consciousness can be seen in all living organisms without any exceptions, and no non-living organism exhibit consciousness. So, according to our definition of defining feature are those features that are seen by, that are exhibited by all living organisms and that cannot be seen in any non-living organism, right? So we can say that consciousness is definitely a defining feature of living organism. Okay, so this is definitely a defining feature, okay, of living organisms. Okay, now moving on to the self-consciousness. What is self-consciousness? Basically, see, self-consciousness means the self-aware. You can say self-consciousness means self-aware, the ability of self-aware, the ability of self-awareness. Okay, and this self-consciousness can only be seen in case of humans. Only humans exhibit self-consciousness. Self-consciousness means you can understand this like you can say your self-respect. As an example of self-consciousness, self-respect, you can say. So, such as that means the understanding, we can understand, right, how other people are thinking about us, or we can feel our self-respect, correct? This thing known as, collectively you can say, known as self-consciousness, and only humans, only we can sense this thing. A cat or a dog cannot sense self-consciousness. They don't have self-respect, they don't have sense of self-respect, you can say, correct? They don't have sense of self-respect, or they are not aware of themselves. So in case of cat, dog, or any other living organisms except human, self-consciousness cannot be seen. So that's why self-consciousness, we can say that self-consciousness is not a defining feature of living organism. Okay, so here we can say it is self-consciousness, not it is not a defining feature. Okay, it is not a defining feature of living organisms, correct? Okay, now so with this self-consciousness we have almost covered all the features of living organisms according to an NCERT. Okay, now from the discussion as of now, we can define living organisms. Okay, so what is living organisms? living organisms are, see here, living organisms are self-replicating. Self-replicating means they have the ability to reproduce. They are self-replicating, or they can replicate their DNA, correct? So they are self-replicating. They are evolving. Evolving means they have the ability to evolve. They have the ability to become a better, they have the ability to become more, you know, they have the ability of betterment. They have the ability of evolving. Okay, they are self-regulating. Now what is self-regulating? Suppose our heart is working, our lung is working, correct? So this works on its own, correct? This our body is working on its own, so that means we can say that our body is self-regulating, correct? Now interactive system, living organisms are interactive system, such as, see, in our body, you may know that in our body, our structural and functional unit is cell, correct? Our structural and functional unit is cell, and the cell that have same origin, or you may say they have the cells that have same structure or same function, they together form tissue. They together form tissue, and the tissue of same origin or same structure, they together form organ. Okay, and some organs that have some similar structure, they produce together organ system, correct? Organ system. That means some cells that have similar structure or similar function, they interact with each other and together they form tissue. Okay, that means interaction here important. All the living phenomenon that is happening in our body, that occurs due to various interaction. Okay, suppose a tissue that has a particular feature, you will not find that feature of tissue in its cell. Okay, the cells have different feature. When this cell that have different feature that are interacting with each other, they will produce tissue, and that tissue will have a distinctive feature. Okay, that means that interaction is important. Several cells that, you know, the several cells that have similar structure, similar function, or similar origin, they are interacting with each other and they are forming tissue. Similarly, the tissue that have similar structure and function, they are together form organ. They together forms organ, and the organs that are you know, similar structure and function, they are interacting with each other and they together forming organ system. So we can say living organisms are interactive system. You may also understand this thing as a living organism. We cannot live independently. We cannot live alone. In biological term, if we define living organisms, we are dependent on other organisms for our food, for our survival. So in all the living organisms, they are dependent on other living organisms. Okay, so due to the interaction, our survival is maintained due to our interaction with other living organisms, correct? So we can say it is our living organisms are interactive system, and they can respond to external stimuli, that is what we call as a consciousness, correct? So these are the you may call as a definition of living. These are actually the features, or you may call that this is the definition of living organisms. Okay, now one more thing, that is all living organisms share common genetic material, but to varying degree. What is this? See, all the living organisms that was in past time, such as those living organisms that are now extinct, the living organism that is present in that you may find in present time, correct, and the living organism that will be evolve in future time also. All these living organisms are linked. All these living organisms are linked, or all the living organisms have some connection or linking between them, because they all share a common genetic material. They all share a common genetic material, that is, you may say, that is chromosome. All the living organisms have chromosome, correct? So as they share a common genetic material, so you can say that all the living organisms are somewhat they are linked to each other, correct? Okay, but to a varying degree. That means, say, we all the living organisms have chromosome, correct? and in that chromosome there are some genes that are common to all the living organisms, and because of that we are all considered as living, correct? That's how we can calling that we are linked together. But in that chromosome, there are some genes that are different, from other, that are different, that makes that particular living organism different from other living organism. That's why we can classify that human is a separate species. We can classify that dog is a separate species. We can classify that cat is a separate species due to the presence of certain genes that are different from each other. Okay, so that means this line actually means all the living organisms, they are somewhere, they are linked to each other because they all share some common genetic material, but they also have some different genetic material also. Due to that, variation can be seen in living organisms. Okay, so this is all for today, and with this we are completing the chapter living world here. Okay, so in the next video we will be starting with a new chapter. Okay, so I hope you have understood today's topic, and if you like the video, please put your comment in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.